Fine.
Hello, and welcome to El Clasico Podcastico, happy hour edition.
It's El Clasico Podcastico. Happy hour, indeed.
Cheers, Payton.
Cheers from across the continent of America. Great to be here. Thanks for all of you joining us today. It is El Clasico's annual weekly Friday night happy hour.
Semi-weekly.
I am recording live from Wasilla, Alaska, my birthplace, my homeland. Come up here for my brother's graduation, see the fam, get some fresh air in the system, and recenter my American patriotic beliefs.
Yes, you gotta get those real American values back into your bloodstream after being
people all over the map here.
That's the people with bullets on their trucks and unicorns. It's a good crew.
Yeah. I was behind a guy, a big black lifted truck with a license plate that said unicorn with a rainbow plate around it, and then in the back window, an American flag made out of bullets. It's like, where does this guy? What does he believe in? Where does he stand? I don't understand.
It's people of all kinds, I suppose. And we hope that you, great people of America and abroad, of course, all our avid fans, our Angolan fans, welcome.
Yes.
Great
to see you.
Great to see you. Great to see you. And from all over the place. And I'm Mark Linsky, of course, Real Madrid fan, joined, as always, by Payton McCann, esteemed Barcelona. Are you a Barcelona laureate, technically? I think you're PhD.
So. I'm a magna cum laude. Barcelona, yes. And yeah, absolutely. A novice Barcelona fan.
And I have, it's happy hour tradition, get a new drink each time. I have here a kind of modified Sazerac. It's got absinthe, it's got Lafroig, and it's got bitters, and it's got some lemon. I threw it a little 7-Up. So it's a real...
Wow. It's like a Frankenstein.
It's a real creation. Let me tell you, the smell is something.
It's alive!
Between the lemon, the absinthe, the licorice of the absinthe, and the Lafroig, which smells like a swamp.
Well, there's no way it'll go down any worse than Levante's loss to Real Madrid that we witnessed this last weekend. I here have got, because I'm in Alaska, I'm just showing some Alaskan brewery stuff, a classic, a staple at home. This is called Smash Galaxy. It's a double IPA, and I feel like a tough Alaskan mutter.
There you go. What's that percent? It's probably a high percent one.
8.5.
That'll do the job. Just one or two of those, and you're off to the races. So we hope you're having a nice Friday, nice relaxing Friday. We had some relaxing La Liga games in the middle this week because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter anymore for Real Madrid and Barcelona. Barcelona just trying to get that silver medal, the ceremonial.
Real Madrid just trying to stomp on the heads of all the teams below them.
Just make them feel bad about themselves, like a bully. Cool. Yeah, Real Madrid played last place Levante, who had to get something out of the game to not get relegated. They did not.
They got away with less than nothing.
Yeah, somehow it was even worse as they lost 6-0. So we'll talk about that. Barcelona had their own game, and there was a signing for Real Madrid. So make sure we talk about that up top. We got Antonio Rudiger, which was long. Kind of back and forth story. It seemed like Real Madrid wanted him. Then it seemed like we didn't want him. And then all the parties came together in the end. It's not official, but Fabrizio Romano, the quote-unquote tap-in merchant of transfer news, gave it the here we go. So Fabrizio Romano gives it the here we go. It's a done deal. Welcome, Antonio.
Yes, he is the Adam Schefter of the footballing world. I'm upset. I'm upset about it, disappointed. Earlier in this season, we were talking about Barcelona potentially signing either Andreas Christensen, Cesar Azpilicueta, or Marcus Alonso, or Rudiger. And I was like, of those guys, I would just be interested in Rudiger. I just want him. And apparently we're going to take everyone else. So that's something.
Yeah.
But yeah, congratulations. Rudiger's a hell of a player. He'll be really nice in defense.
Yeah, he's much needed too because he's tall. He's 6'3". He can get up in the air. He's got good ball control. He can pass. He can shoot. He scored like a 40-yard goal for Chelsea this year. Scored a big, obviously, Champions League goal against us, a big header. So that's much needed in defense because guys like Nacho, maybe not the fastest.
Right.
Maybe not the best in the air. Alaba, definitely not the best in the air. So I think he covers a hole there in defense.
He absolutely does. He's already given Benzema a real tongue bath before he even gets there, just saying, oh, Benzema's definitely the best striker in the game right now. He's the most complete player, and I can't wait to be with him on the pitch.
You love to see it. I can't wait for him to come here. I guess the big question is, you don't pay a guy $9 million a year, which is about his reported salary, if you're not going to start him. I mean, he's not going to be like a Nacho. That's my biggest question is he's not going to be like third choice here. Is he going to replace you don't sit Alaba, who's making like $13 million a year. Do you sit Militao after how good he's been? Or maybe, I don't know. Or do you
maybe find Alaba on a fullback position maybe?
That's what I'm wondering, but that's not his preferred position. He likes center back. I think that's what I would do.
We weren't in the room to see whether or not Ancelotti picked the crucial or just important role for the player when signing. Unfortunately, we couldn't see whether he'll just rotate it or he'll be started every game. I don't know.
I would start him every game. I think he's got the quality. So I would start him at center back alongside Militao because they're both pretty tall and good in the air. And I would move Alaba over to left back because he's just more of an offensive player. You lose a little bit from Alaba in terms of his game management because he's just such a leader out there. So you do lose a little something, but I think Alaba he loves to get in the box. He really offers you a lot going forward, and he kind of be maximized in that role at left back almost.
Yeah, let him take a couple more shots. That's what I say. He's so good. We see how it worked for Jordi Alba this year. How many crucial goals he scored for us from that left back position. Alaba, way better on target than Jordi Alba.
Usually, he can crack some. He's got a few goals this year, so I say unleash him at left back. I know maybe that might not be exactly what he wants.
The age might be tough. Like he's getting older. I mean, he's not old. What is he, like 29?
He's 29, yeah.
29. And so it might be an issue in 2 years, but I think he could still give you some good minutes at left back.
Oh, I mean, Alaba's very physically. Okay, is he 30 now? Anyway, he's 29 or 30. But he's very frisky. He's still I mean, he's fat. He gets up and down the field. So I think it would be good. It'll be interesting, though, to see what happens because Mendy, not a bench player. He's been really good for us. Obviously limited offensively. So I think
he had a good start against Levante.
Yeah, he sure did. So I don't know if he's just upping his transfer fee, but I don't see Mendy just being fine, like chilling on the bench next year. So
no, maybe send him to Chelsea, like in exchange for Rudiger and some money.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens, but some interesting storylines. I guess Ancelotti wanted him. Papa Flo wanted him, so everybody was in agreement. And Real Madrid, you've seen doing a lot of these deals where they wait for players to run down their contracts and then pounce. So good business by Real Madrid to keep doing that, and smart business.
Smart indeed. Yeah, you want to go after players who are contracts up like the next year or the next summer or something, so you can get them for cheap and the other team doesn't lose them for nothing is basically the goal with these deals. Yeah. Very exciting. For Barcelona's side, just a little news.
Gerard
Piqué has officially announced, not officially, but basically announced next season will be his last year as a player for Barcelona.
Wow.
So it's his last dance next season. Looking forward to that. Also, Frankie de Jong looks like he's not leaving. As a matter of fact, he doesn't want to go. He especially doesn't want to go to Man U, who aren't even in the Champions League like we are, like we just barely made it. And so he doesn't want to go there. And we also would want more money for him. We're asking for $80 million for him. But one player who is looking like he's being shown the door is the American Serginho Dest. Xavi has made it clear he is open. Yeah, that's a good sad Falcon. So yeah, unfortunately, it looks like he'll be gone. No news yet.
Sad Bald Eagle.
Yeah. But we'll see. We'll keep tabs on that situation as it unfolds. But Xavi believes that with Sergi Roberto and Dani Alves signing another contract and the addition of Azpilicueta, we'll be locked up at right back next season.
Yeah, it's a little weird for me. I just feel like Xavi never liked him from the start for some reason. Maybe it's because he's American. I don't know.
Maybe it's because he's Koeman's guy.
Wild speculation, but maybe
Serginho, yeah.
Serginho, is it because he's American?
No, he was.
We know there's an anti-American bias internationally. I think he has a higher potential than any of those guys. Obviously, listed. Still a bit of a weird move for me. Why not just keep him? I mean, I guess you guys are just trying to cash in on whoever you can.
I mean, it's got to be just his consistency issues because 1 in 3 games, he looks amazing and, can't be stopped on the right wing and attack. He's getting good passes in and challenging defenders and he's playing great defense. But then the next game, he has a 0 performance offensively and gets beat a few times on defense. So he just got to work on the consistency. I really want us to keep him. I would love that to happen, but we also are in desperate need of money. And if someone's going to pay us 30 million euros for him, we'll take that.
So any destinations?
No destinations mentioned yet.
Okay.
Nothing yet. Just that he's being shopped.
Anything else for Barcelona? I got one more Real Madrid note.
No. There's a little bit of drama between PK and Messi's family because PK said it would have been nice if Messi could stay, and they said you're full of crap. Basically, like this is a lie. You didn't even cry when Messi left, and you told mediocre Laporta is part of the quote. You told mediocre Laporta that if we wanted to be competitive again, we'd have to sell Messi. After everything he did for you, bringing you on from Zaragoza when no one liked you because you were a spiteful teammate. So that's an official quote from Messi's sister, basically, to Gerard Piqué. So a little drama. I really hope it's not true. But why would someone come out and say that publicly if there weren't, there wasn't some truth to that? Who knows? I would hate to think that Piqué would go against Messi and Barcelona and me personally.
Yeah, that's an interesting quote because it kind of pours some cold water on the whole Messi fairy tale reunion in a couple of after next year he could come back.
Well, Messi doused the rumors with that. He was like, "No, I'm not going back now. Like that chapter of my career is over." So, which is devastating. He never got a send off properly. It's really upsetting. He's a god in Barcelona, and he should. Man, I would love for us to. I mean, hey, if we have to sell Frankie de Jong and Serginho Dest to get Messi back, symbolically, if he just plays for a year, it would be worth it to me. But
apparently, he's still the far and away the best passer in world football. If you look at some passing statistic graphs, Messi's in his own tier of
course.
So even though the goal scoring has certainly disappeared for the most part, the man is still a magician.
You know what? I think part of it comes from Messi being an ultimate team player, though. I think he didn't want to show up and steal the spotlight. And you got Mbappe and Neymar, who are two very ego-driven players who need their goals. And so I think he kind of opted to take a little bit of a backseat to those guys scoring. But who knows? Maybe he'll get more next year because he's still got it. We saw he's the reason they won the league at the end. He had that insane long distance goal to win the league.
Yeah, so I still got it. Leo, really wish he hadn't become the official spokesperson for Saudi tourism. But hey, we have I just
got a chill down my spine from that.
But I have Fly Emirates on my Real Madrid kit here, so we're all a bunch of hypocrites.
I remember news articles coming out like 2 years ago of people just begging Messi to not do this. People are like, do not attach your name to these people. It's like, so Kylian Mbappe going into the World Cup has let the France Football Federation know that he does not want to appear in any advertisements for Coca-Cola, was one of them. And there's a couple others. There's like a betting site and then something else. And he's like, I don't want to be attached to this. I want my name. KFC. KFC was the other one. Yeah, it is good. But then Messi goes ahead and becomes the spokesperson for the ultimate lenders of blood money in the world. I don't get it. It's sad. Disappointing. They're trying to buy their way out of being the most corrupt state in the world, like recognized as that. They're literally paying people off, like athlete by athlete, entertainer or musician or artist by artist. They're literally just paying people individually, creating these money laundering football clubs in the international, like global soccer scene, and it whitewashes everything. And so you forget about Yemen, things like that.
Yeah. So we were just, really football players in general, please just stop taking all this money from oil dictatorships, because it's just not helping. And Real Madrid, don't take UAE's money. They're $100 million a year for the kit sponsorship. Stop taking it. Like we can't find somebody that'll give us $75 million. What about, I'm sure there's a halfway decent company that could pay us close to what they're offering. So I just don't understand it. You have tons of money. There's no point. There's no.
And think of all the starving kids around the world who would kill to have that sponsorship on their kits and on their shirts. Get the logo.
Leave it. Yeah, let them have it. Let them have it. Well,
pass it on.
Well, thank you for mentioning Kylian Mbappe, because there's a little bit of news. Again, Fabrizio Romano, who he's a tier 1 source according to the Real Madrid subreddit, so I like mentioning him, says Real Madrid are more optimistic and confident than ever on an Mbappe deal. No official decision yet. Kylian's still thinking about it. Real sources feel new contacts this week were positive. So PSG has their improved offer on the table. I'm just going to say the same thing I've been saying the whole time. I don't understand why you would re-sign a contract knowing that you couldn't get out of it until the end of the contract for PSG. You know they're going to make you run it down. And it's just a very dangerous thing for a sports player. So if he's sure that he wants to end his career at PSG, that's fine. I don't think he would do that, though. It's just a weird thing for this team that, kind of takes players hostage in a sense.
Yeah.
But you never want to run your contract down, because what if he tore his ACL to a month before, and then you're screwed?
It's crazy though, the way PSG are acting, like having Emmanuel Macron and like the France like football federation are all calling him, and all these people like movers and shakers in the political scene in France, and to try and get him to stay. And it's like trying to break up with your girlfriend and just getting hounded by calls from like her parents. Stuff. It's like, hey,
do you think that's helping?
But this doesn't make me want to stay much more.
I don't know. Yeah, what would Macron? Would that improve your day, getting called by a little politician? I don't know.
No, I don't think so. But it's really crazy how they're trying to like guilt him into staying. I mean, it's always been his dream to play at Real Madrid, as is well documented, and they're trying to exchange that dream for a little more money.
Well, what's interesting, you mentioned about the image rights. So Kylian said he won't, be represented by all these things. So part of the big impasse on the contract is Real Madrid generally don't let you have 100% of your image rights. So they're going to let him have 50%, it sounds right. But so I wonder if there is just, it's taking a while because they got to negotiate. Maybe Kylian has I don't want to represent these sponsors.
I always forget, is it 25 or 30% of Real Madrid's income comes from making deep fake porn from their players? So I don't, and obviously Kylian Mbappe doesn't get any of that. Yeah. I mean, that's
baked
you've seen it. I mean,
that's baked into the revenue projection. So that's non-negotiable.
We've been hard on that since the inception of this club.
Yeah, it's a heritage thing, So we can't get that.
If you guys aren't subscribed to Real Madrid's OnlyFans, you're missing out.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah. Marcelo's face contorted into some strange positions.
So strange. So I don't know. Still, but it's as the world turns, it's going to be a tough few weeks here as his contract runs down, and it will be the only thing I think about, and it's been one of the only things I've thought about for months and months. And if he doesn't end up signing, Jesus, what a story that'll be.
That would really be a steal. That would be a highway robbery if PSG somehow managed to hang on to him. We'll see. I'm excited. Who knows? He should go. He's got to be going. He's got to be going.
Yeah, there is the interesting, Zlatan's take on it, which was in the. I think I read an article about it. I think it was The Athletic a few weeks ago. Just as Zlatan was basically saying PSG's a fucking mess, and they're a bunch of egomaniac, crazy people running it, which seem to be backed up by the fact that Leonardo, their sporting director, and Nasser Khalifi, the president, publicly confront. They literally chased a ref down after a game twice. They've done it twice. So they're bullies. They say he is not leaving. I just don't know. The culture, right, at the team isn't good. They say the facilities are strange.
Leonardo's supposed to be the worst. Everybody hates that guy. I've never seen anyone be like, loved working with him. And nothing like that. It's always just the most nightmarish, bully, most toxic workplace environment you could imagine. Where
why would
if you question him, you're not just questioning him, you're doubting him as a man or something. And you can't raise any doubts or concerns about his plans.
Lots of weird masculinity issues, it seems like, in the PSG boardroom. So, Kylian, just come to a more normal workplace where Carlo's basically like your dad. I mean,
it seems like he's good buddies with all of their friends. They have a beer after practice.
He gave Casemiro a hug the last game where he came out. I mean, I can't imagine a more pleasant coach to have to work with. Which maybe
he should wear the shades and smoke a cigar on the sideline for the last 2 games. Honestly,
it really should. It won't matter. But I mean, a more avuncular figure you can't imagine than King Carlo. So, Kylian, think it over, give it your time, but know that we can't wait to have you in the Madrid family, and we're more excited than ever. So, that's all I got for news and notes.
I can't wait for El Clasico with Mbappe coming up against us and us winning 4-5-0, and you wondering, I thought he was the key. I thought he was the solution to all of this. But nope. Yeah, Lewandowski, he told Bayern Munich, I guess we're going to do one more piece of news. He's out. He wants out. Yeah. He told Bayern Munich he does not want to re-sign. His wife's learning Catalan, learning Spanish. So hopefully we see that announcement very soon too, because Laporta wants to make a real signing. He wants to make a statement this summer. Lewandowski would be.
Oh, he'd be perfect.
Yeah.
I can't. Oh, come on. Come on, guys. Come on. Yeah. Come on.
Come on, boys.
Come on. We need some new. Oh man, if we get a couple of world-class forwards added to La Liga next season, that would be fabulous, and fabulous for the El Clasico.
Also, we're trying to loan out Raheem Sterling from Man City. We are trying to get him on loan for next year.
He's been linked to either one of our clubs for 5 years.
Yeah, something like that.
I would love to see it, and it makes sense because he is not getting the play. He cannot be getting the playing time he wants at Man City.
He cannot be happy with that. Yeah, and he's not going to get any more next
Grealish
season.
Has taken his position.
And I think Sterling's better, so whatever.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind having him either. So, come on. Let's bring a couple of big-time forwards to the La Liga fold. We'd love to see it. Payton, do you want to talk? So that was fun. That's gonna more and more of our time will be spent previewing next season as far as transfers, because number one, it's the most fun thing we do, and number two, it seems like it's gonna be a big summer for Real Madrid and Barcelona after a few lean years. It seems like this year the pandemic is largely over, at least in terms of effects on football. Seems like clubs are kind of back to normal business. Barcelona maybe ending a little bit of their cash flow issues, and we know Papa Flo's got several Brinks trucks full of gold that he's been hoarding for years. So there's going to be some big news. So remember to keep it here for all of the transfer news and our opinions and thoughts as we get closer next season. But we do have a few games still to cover. Obviously the Champions League final, but it's agonizingly still 15 days away. Man, that's a big gap.
Gotta let the suspense build.
And we have a few more meaningless La Liga games, but nevertheless have their own storylines. So we'll run through those real quick. Payton, Barcelona had a La Liga game this past week.
Yes, indeed, we did, Mark. Barcelona squared off against Celta Vigo. This one was at home in the Camp Nou. We came out with a bit of a novel lineup. I believe it feels like the first time this season I have not announced a 4-3-3 start formation to this one. We did have Ter Stegen back in goal from his tummy aches. Left to right across the back line was Jordi Alba, Eric Garcia, Ronald Araujo, and Dani Alves. Then so this is a 4-2-3-1. Mark. So those four were across the back. Ooh. Two defensive midfielders were Frankie and Gavi. Then the three cams, the three attackers, were Ferran Torres on the left, Memphis Depay playing that number 10 role, the cam in the center, and Ousmane Dembele on the right, and then Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang alone at the tip of the spear. And it was an exciting formation, and we almost got crushed early on. 14th minute, Ronald Araujo absolutely gifts Iago Aspas a chance to go one-on-one with Ter Stegen after Ter Stegen plays a really bad pass to Ronald Araujo. It's awkward. Araujo's like looping out towards the bottom right corner. And as he's looping, Ter Stegen plays the ball up to the right, goes straight to a Celta Vigo player who then passes it into Aspas, that thorn in our side, who runs onto it, takes it into the box. But Ronald Araujo is able to run him down and block the shot as Ter Stegen was closing down the space. An amazing chase down, but it was a terrible giveaway from Ronald Araujo.
Ter Stegen, we've seen a few times this year. He's lost his touch a bit playing it out from the back, I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know. He's done that at least half a dozen times, almost given.
I know, and it's supposed to be one of the strongest parts of his game, but he's looked a little iffy as of late. 29th minute, our first chance of the game comes almost a half hour in. This is our first opportunity on goal. Ousmane Dembele nutmegs the first defender on him, Javi Galan, on the right wing.
They had quite a night there trying to defend him on that wing.
Boy, oh boy, when Dembele's in the mood, look out. Gets right by Galan with the nutmeg. Then he beats the next man, Chervi, for pace as he races into the box. When he finds Memphis Depay running in centrally just behind. Depay gets the ball, takes it first time, puts it on target. It's a little central, though. It's low towards the middle of the goal. Di Turo is able to get down and get a hand on it. But it isn't enough. And it's 1-0. Barcelona. Our first shot.
You love to see Depay. I like Depay as a player, obviously. Yeah. I know I'm not supposed to like Barcelona, but he's so fun because he's kind of like the do everything forward, which is kind of like a position that you don't see that much anymore. Right? Like he's kind of like he can pass it, he can finish it. He's good at penalties, he's got shot power. And it's almost made him obsolete. Like I feel like now in the game you have to be so specialized to be like Mbappe. You know what he's gonna do. He'll just gonna run by you. Benzema, you know what he's gonna do. He's gonna head a goal. He's gonna head it home, and he's gonna link up with teammates. Right? It's interesting to have somebody like Depay who's kind of good at everything, and I feel like he gets lost. His quality gets lost a little bit, but I really like him.
No, I do too. He's a complete footballer. I mean, he's got the age and experience under his belt, done a lot of things in his career, and this is like the complete maturation of him that we're getting at Barcelona, and he's killing it. I love him, and we're going to see him again next season, I'm sure. So it's a great goal, 1-0 Barcelona, our first shot of the game. Nothing before this was going our way. Celta Vigo was pretty much dominating, but somehow we're up 1-0, and Dembele just taking matters into his own hands, gets his 12th assist of the season on that one.
Vigo will do that, by the way. They like to have possession, and they've surprised us on a couple of occasions. But they have the ball. They'll have the ball a lot of the game.
Yeah, they do. They were, I think they're fourth this year for possession in La Liga. We're way up there. Yeah, they're one of the few teams you're playing in La Liga that will have more possession than you on occasion.
Very strange.
36th minute, Gallardo gets put through to the top of the box. He's running alone. He gets a nice low-driven shot to the bottom right of the goal. It's curling on the ground from right to left. It's curving just inside that right post. But Ter Stegen's able to get down in time to make the save. It really is a fantastic save. On the ensuing corner, they got a free header on goal as well that Ter Stegen saved. It was right to him. But that first save was, like, on the replay, really tremendous.
Magisterial. Those are always so tough, right? Because he has to get into a horizontal position immediately, right? That's so tough for a goalie.
Yeah, it is. It's really hard. So a good save from Ter Stegen, which
I was in a
I've been missing.
But
no, but no, it is. It's a great save, and it's one that we've been kind of missing from Ter Stegen this season. We've only seen on rare instances, so it was good to see him solid back there. And just a couple minutes later, in the 41st minute, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang gets his. After having a pretty lackluster first 40 minutes, Aubameyang, including a few bad giveaways, he converts this one. Jordi Alba sends Memphis Depay through down the left wing. Then Memphis sends a cross in himself through the middle. It's on the ground, right towards the center of the box, just outside the 6-yard line. And Nestor Araujo, the other Araujo that plays for Celta Vigo, slides in to try and clear the ball out, but he just hits it enough to get it into the path of Aubameyang. Basically, he has to take a couple steps away from goal, turns and pivots on his standing foot, hits it with his shin, as Ferran Torres is screaming in right behind him, trying to hit it with his right foot, but Aubameyang takes it himself. He doesn't hit it cleanly, but he hits it well enough to put it in the bottom right corner for the goal, and it's 2-0 at halftime. Barcelona. And again, we did nothing for the first half hour of this game. That's why there were no highlights for us until then. But we have secured our few chances on goal we made, which has been the opposite of our experience.
Doing it the Real Madrid way.
Yeah, exactly. Just clinical.
Real Madrid have been awful, but here they are up 2-0.
Yeah, exactly.
How many times have we heard that?
So it was really nice. We did get a substitute at halftime. Ferran Torres came off for Ricky Puig. So we get to see a lot more of the little guy in this one. 48th minute, pays off pretty quickly. Dembele adds another tally to his assist line this season. And it's Aubameyang's 11th goal on the year. It's a great pass on a plate from Dembele, rolling across the grass from the right side of the box to the center, where Aubameyang one-times it, almost identical to the Depay look in our first goal of the game. He hits it, my voice broke. He hits it even better than Memphis did. I mean, it's perfect. Bottom left side of the goal, into the side netting, beautifully worked. 3-0, Barcelona.
Yeah, this was a very clean finish.
Yeah.
And Dembele,
mm-hmm.
I think is the correct pronunciation of his name. Very interesting statistics in La Liga. He now has 1 goal and 13 assists.
Isn't that nuts?
So among attacking midfielders and wingers, he's 7th percentile in non-penalty goals, but he's 99th in assists. So
number 1.
Very strange.
It is odd. I wish he would score more. He saves it for the tournaments, but he does. He needs to score more.
Is he leading the league in assists? I mean, I think he is.
Yeah, he is. He's number 1, 13.
Yeah, I mean, 13's very impressive.
Very good. Yeah, and he put it on the plate here for
limited time too. Just 1,375 minutes. That's nothing. That's not even starter minutes.
No, it's not. It's not half of the other guys in the leading column for assists. So it's really impressive from Dembele there. And I hope we get to keep him, but I bet he's leaving at the end of the year. And then just a minute after we go up 3-0, guess who gets one back?
Not us. Not Iago, is it?
Couldn't be. As predicted, Iago Aspas, after Ter Stegen plays that terrible pass to Ronald Araujo that gets intercepted by Gallardo, he passes it immediately to Iago Aspas, who's just standing in the box, on sides, unmarked, near post, just gets the ball, turns, puts it into your post. Bad miscommunication again from Ter Stegen and Araujo. It's 3-1, which was my final score prediction, including their goal scorer. Ooh. So that's 2 out of 3 in the last 3 games. 2 out of 3 have been exactly predicted with the goal scorers and the final score.
That's a mean prediction. Yeah, I can't wait until we go through all of them, which we will before the end of the season. We're gonna comb through every prediction we made, add them up, put percentages on it. I don't know. We're gonna give points to each other. I guess we have to decide that. For what do the goal scorers mean? I guess I would say if you get a forward scoring, that's like 1 point. And if you get a midfielder scoring, that's going to be like 5 points.
I agree.
That's crazy. A midfielder or defender scoring, you got to get 5 points. So there'll be some sort of point system. And we'll unveil at the end of the season when we do our final season wrap up. We'll give percentages. How often did we get our So that'll just be a little legwork for us, but we're happy to do it.
How accurate our predictions were. Yeah, it's interesting.
It'll be fun. Because
everyone's dying to know.
I thought I was pretty high, and then I'm on a really bad streak. We'll just put it that way.
Yeah. I mean, it's tough.
I like 3 or 4 wrong in a row. But hey, and then like if we get it exact, what does that mean? That's gonna be like 3 points maybe. We'll decide on it.
Yeah, we'll get to it. Stay tuned to the next El Clasico Podcastico episodes where we unveil the formula.
Yeah. But anyway, Iago, he's unstoppable. He's got 17 goals in La Liga. He's 34. He's almost 35.
You would never guess he was a professional athlete if you were to see him on the street. Which is what I love.
Like a baker or something. I don't know.
So anyway, they're up 3-1. 58th minute, Celta Vigo, their substitute, Murillo, who came on just 10 minutes before this, fouls Memphis Depay, who's on a breakaway after he gets put through on goal just outside the box. The referee goes straight for the red card. We're up a man for more than 30 minutes. Depay almost hits the free kick, too, that he earned off of the foul.
That's another skill he's got. He's good from set pieces.
Yeah. And now we get to the scary scene of the game.
Yes.
Of course, the big news. Ronald Araujo and Gavi in the 61st minute, they both go down in a heap after colliding for a header. Gavi goes down immediately. Araujo, their heads collide. He gets hit in the temple. You can see it on the replay. And then he sprints back on defense immediately. And then about 10 seconds later, just collapses, like face plants to the ground. And his situation looks really, really serious. He's not breathing. Eric, he's like flailing. He looks like a fish out of water. He's starting to lose consciousness. Eric Garcia like rolls him over on his side into a fetal position, and everyone's manically waving for the medical staff to get on. The cart gets there in less than a minute, and then the ambulance comes on the field about 20 seconds later. Really scary scenes. It takes like 5 minutes for him to be carted into the ambulance. Longley comes on for him. And Memphis Depay comes off for Ansu Fati in the 64th minute.
Well, like just seeing those scenes, and it's just disturbing and horrifying for this young man who's, a person, a person, a live person who, and, having seen, God forbid what happened to Christian Eriksen, you couldn't help for like a second but just wonder, right? Because it was, similar, very strange body motions that you don't see. So you were just thinking, like, oh boy, what?
Yeah, it looked like Christian Eriksen all over again. It was that same kind of just like gasping, like
weird,
shuddering. Yeah, very not normal reactions from the body. It was terrifying. It took actually 7 minutes for them to actually take him and load him onto the ambulance because they were having issues loading the cart, like the stretcher, into the vehicle. But they finally get him off in the 68th minute, and play can resume once again. Luckily, Ronald Araujo is okay. He was concussed, but he's with his family. He's doing fine.
And to be clear, not quite as serious, even though it did look very bad live. He did not suffer cardiac arrest.
And he's already been cleared to play in training.
Yes. Yeah,
different
situation. Yeah.
I'm like, not Araujo, man. I love him so much. He's
yeah.
so good.
One of the pillars of the future of Barcelona.
Yeah. So anyway, glad he's okay. 77th minute, Ricky Puig gets a goal, but it's taken away for offsides. I still am not sure who was offsides on the play, but it was taken back, and it's still 3-1. We had 11 minutes of added time given in this game. We've had so much game time.
so much meaningless time.
Yeah, 3-1 is the final score, though. Next game is going to be tough because we have no defense. Gerard Piqué, Ronald Araujo both injured. Jordi Alba, Eric Garcia, and Frankie de Jong all out for accumulated yellows in the next game. It's going to be interesting to see who field. Yeah,
that'll be a fun. Crazy. That'll be like me predicting Real Madrid's lineup these days, which is impossible.
Yeah. So we pick up all 3 points. That's 3 wins in a row in La Liga for Barcelona, and I'm happy about it. Next up, we got Getafe on Sunday. That's going to be away in Getafe's stadium, the Coliseum Alfonso Perez. We're definitely going to win that one. I think it's going to be 4-0 Barcelona. We got to put up a performance.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Starting lineup for that is going to be Ter Stegen. It's going to be Jordi Alba, Clement Longley.
Was this from memory? I like this.
Samuel Umtiti. Oscar Mingueza. Left, right across the midfield will be Gavi, Frankie, and actually, let's do Memphis Depay again at the cam roll. I like that. It worked out for us last game. Yeah, he's creative. Let's put him back at the cam. And then from left to right across the top, we'll go Ferran Torres, Aubameyang, and Dembele. And we'll win 4-0. Dembele, I think, will finally get his second goal of the La Liga season. He's going to burn through that Getafe wing at will. Aubameyang will probably get another one for his third in 2 games. And for a fun one, let's give Frankie de Jong one of the 4 for his troubles.
Yeah, he's got to show him what he's worth. Him and Xavi that apparently had some disagreements. So look out for a big win for Barcelona this weekend. What time is that game, Payton?
That game is early. It's 9:30 a.m. Alaska Standard Time, so it's going to be 1:30 if you're on the East Coast.
Oh, nice. All right, so set your alarms, Alaskans.
Yes.
For the big Barcelona game. I mean, big in air quotes, but hey, they're all big. This is one of the.
If by big you mean meaningless, yes, it will be big. No, it'll be a fun one. See some entertaining football. Hopefully, get some youngsters involved. Maybe we start Ricky Puig instead of Gavi. Like, give him a full game and see what he can really get done out there. I would love to see that as well. But I don't think Xavi's going to do that. Xavi is not sold on Puig. He's made that pretty clear. So we'll see.
Hey, at least Puig got a little bit of time. So it'll be interesting to see what the outcasts, the Xavi outcasts, what happens to them this summer.
Yes, the island of misfit toys of Barcelona's bench.
Who I think are kind of unfairly there.
Oh my God. I didn't even, when we were talking about transfer news, we didn't mention Felipe Coutinho has officially been sold to Aston Villa.
Oh my God, that's amazing for you guys.
It's amazing for us.
That's a huge balance sheet.
Only took a 5% loss on that investment, but yes, no, it's something like 400,000 off the books. Like, yeah, really nice for us.
A week.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. Like, going back now and selling him and seeing now what we're saving, like these deals Bartomeu was giving out. It's bonkers.
What was wrong with him? Was he on coke all the time?
Yeah, he must have been
he had a drug problem.
The Hitler medicine regimen of like getting meth and bull semen every morning.
Let's go. No. Yeah, so we're thinking like 250,000 a week for my client. How's 500?
Yeah. I'll tell you what, we'll double it. Do you know have you negotiated before? It's like I would be if I was fishing like, wait a minute, something's. This can't be. Is he? Yeah, we'll see if we can make that work.
It's almost like he's stealing money. It's almost like he's inventing money out of thin air.
Anyway, that's hearsay. That's not legal. So
and
whatever.
He was. Well, enough on Barcelona. Real Madrid had their own game against first versus last. A real top of the table, bottom of the table situation. Real Madrid.
It looked it.
Yeah, Real Madrid came in on 81 points, of course, having already wrapped up their La Liga title for about couple weeks now. They wrapped it up, I believe, like last Sunday. I watched the parade.
Isn't it like the earliest
2 Sundays,
someone's
two
wrapped
Sundays
it up
ago.
in like a decade or something? It's like been the earliest in like 5 years that someone's won.
It's the earliest we've won in 32 years. Yeah.
Jesus. Okay.
Yeah, and if we hold our lead, it'll be the biggest margin ever. The biggest margin ever right now is 9 points.
Wow.
As of now, but it'll be interesting because they're all meaningless, so we might not set it because like we've seen.
You know what I loved most about this game? Peter. I loved just seeing someone whose name is Peter. You've got Vinicius, Benzema, Rodrigo, and Peter.
Hey, Peter. I'm Peter. Yes, Peter Gonzalez got a run out, which was super fun. Who's only had, I think, that 3 appearances. This is his 3rd appearance, 27 minutes all year. So yeah, it's fun to see some of these. Got it right. That's the whole fun of this end of this season is what are these random guys who haven't gotten a lot of time? Can they make some sort of mark in Ancelotti's mind to get some more playing time next year? So Real Madrid came out in a 4-3-3, Vini, Benz, Rodrigo up top, Modric, Camavinga, Valverde in midfield, Mendy, Nacho, Vallejo, and Vasquez. It's stat padding time, boys. And Vini was licking his chops because he knew he was going up against Levante, who, of course, famously, we played in the 2nd game of the season, which feels like 3 years ago, but apparently it was August 22nd. Can you believe that was just August 22nd? Not even a year ago. It's flabbergasting. It finished 3-3. Bale scored the opening goal.
Wow. That wasn't 4 years ago?
This year. It was his only goal of the season. Isco featured. What? We had gone up 1-0 early via Gareth Bale's only goal this year. Levante scored 2, including incredible half volley by Campagna. Vini fired back with a tidy finish off a Casemiro 60-yard through ball to tie it 2-2. Pierre, their center back, scored off a bad set piece. 3-2 before Benz gives it to Vini on the baseline. And Vini scored one of the goals of the season at an impossible angle. Chips it over the keeper, off the post and in. And then Vini drew a red card off the keeper. The keeper got sent off later in a one-on-one because the keeper was wildly flailing outside of the box. It was an insane game.
Man, if I was a keeper, I would have wished I got a red card halfway through this game. That just happened.
The 6-0 game. So that game was nuts. Mm-hmm. And that finished 3-3. One of Levante's rare points early in the season. Levante lost like every game early in the season. They've been bottom for basically the whole time. The Real Madrid draw early in the season was actually one of the few times they had gotten points. They've just been really listless all year, just kind of mired at the bottom. And they came into this game last. I'm trying to get the game by game earlier in the season. Come on, what is this? That doesn't give me the game by game?
Give me the game by game.
Here it is. Okay, so Levante famously. Okay, so they didn't win until December, and that was only in the Copa del Rey.
Ugh.
So they didn't win in La Liga until match day 20.
That's crazy.
Against Mallorca, they won 2-0. And then they lost their next 3.
You'd feel like just with entropy of the universe, if I was managing Levante, we would get 1 win in 20.
I mean, incredible. So actually, for Levante, they've been on a hot streak since the beginning of the year because they beat Atletico, they beat Elche, they beat Villarreal, Granada, and Real Sociedad since then. So not enough, though, you can't not win for half the season. I mean, bananas.
Well, this one really showed the depth, the wide gap in talent of the two teams.
It did, and what's so interesting is that they got a result last time we played. So what's happened between now and then? Well, Real Madrid have figured out what works, and what works is you get the ball to Vini and Benz and Modric, and you get out of the way.
Yeah,
those guys know what they're doing. Modric, 12th minute. God, I mean, the superlatives. What do you say? Through ball, outside of the foot. No man or being has ever mastered the Trivela more than Luka Modric. He did it I think he had 3 outside of the foot. I have to look at the tape a little more. He had at least 2 outside of the foot assists in this game. He's an incredible play through the defense to Mendy, and the most improbable of goal scorers, who finishes it neatly near post.
Incredible.
Yeah. Mendy almost got 2 goals this game. Mm-hmm. Took a good save. And then Fede, incredible statistic. Fede hits the post 3 times this game, which I have never seen. I don't know. Maybe Messi did it once.
Right. I don't know, but those were some powerful shots that he was unleashing in this one. Pretty amazing performance. And that's the thing, 6-0 doesn't tell the full story of this game. It could have easily have been 8-9.
Fede could have had a hat trick.
Yeah.
16th minute, Fede hits the post for the first time. 20th minute, Vini, stupendous cross. Leads Benz to the far post. Benz isn't going to have an easier finish this year. It looks like it's laser guided to Benz's forehead from Vini. And Vini gets his 10th assist in La Liga and his 20th on the season. What a breakout season for the young lad.
Yeah. A beautiful, beautiful cross. Easy finish for Benz. He's not going to mess that one up.
What's interesting now, Vini's basically eclipsed Bale's best ever season for Real Madrid because he has 21 goals, 20 assists. I think Bale's best was 19 and 17. Wow. All comps. I'll have to double check because I don't know if it was all comps, but he's been my kind of comparison because the numbers are similar in terms of having so many assists and so many goals. There's not many wingers combine the 2 skills. So he's my historical comp for Vini, and he's getting right up there with one of the all-time greats.
That's crazy. For the club. Think about.
Maybe
I liked the commentators they should really take the junior off his jersey at this point because he's just Vini now.
He's grown up. 34th minute. Rodrigo to Luka right outside the box. It's a brilliant ball in by Luka Modric, threaded in between the defense and the goalkeeper. You don't see this very often in real life. It's like a FIFA goal that it's such a small area between the last defender and the goalie. Usually the striker can't ghost in there. Levante, maybe not the best team this year. They seemed beaten maybe from the outset, already down 2-0. Rodrigo ghosts in behind the back line. That's what he does best. Maybe we found our striker of the future. Maybe it's just Rodrigo.
Yeah, this is a great run right here.
And he just finds the space. Luka hits it to him, and it's the back of the net.
Luka, he's just looks like he's standing in an auditorium just waiting for someone to raise their hand. He's just all right, who am I? Who's this going to? Oh, Rodrigo. He's going to be right in front of goal. I'll put that right there.
Unbelievable. Gets his 2nd assist. Luka does. Rodrigo's on fire. Seemingly scoring every game now. Didn't notch in the last game, but he did have 6 and 6. So I think this is 7th goal in 8 for the young Brazilian. And then 42nd minute, Fede Valverde carries it all the way upfield and smacks it up the post again. Maybe he thinks this is like a crossbar exercise.
Yeah. If so, he's winning because this was quite a shot. I thought it was in when it was going, but it just kept rising just too high.
I don't think I've seen a goal move more after the goalposts seemed to shudder for a while.
Yeah, it was like when Shaq would dunk and the whole apparatus is waving.
It was in pain. Man, that young man has quite a boot on him. 45th minute. It's another Brazilian linking up with Modric. Vini gives it to Luka. Gives it right back. Lovely laid off through ball into the box. Vini's one-on-one the keeper. And he must be remembering his Levante goal from early in the season because he does it again from an easier angle, but takes a touch, takes a second touch, and buries it. past the keeper, Cardenzas, for the goal. And he gets
Is this the far side netting?
Yes.
Yeah, this is a good one. It was a good freaking goal. Whatever.
Very
Nice.
good goal. And Vini's been on 14 for a while, so this was good to see him get his 15th in La Liga, and he wasn't done. 56-minute Fede this time gives it to Vini. Through ball. Vini chips it home, but he's just offside. Oh, it was a brilliant little chip, but not to be. 67th minute. Vini gets the second anyway. 10 minutes later, Modric yet again. Oh man, he was feeling it this game. Luka, it was an exhibition. I mean, it was like the Globetrotters playing the Generals. It was very strange.
It was like Vini was basically making half-court shots all game with these crazy. I mean, the one to Ben's that I think we'll touch on that goes right between two sliding defenders who run into each other. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, Ben's this time 67th minute does sort of a bizarre dance with the goalie.
My God, this is what I would rather have received a red card 5 minutes prior than to have been the goalie against it. This is the most demoralizing goal I've seen all year.
Yeah, Ben's is through on goal for Modric. It does like a samba dance. There could have been music set to it because for about 10 seconds, seemingly, he puts the keeper in a blender and finds Vini, it's the easiest tap in of the year.
He is a dancer and a half. I couldn't believe it. He does like that first step over, and then it's a sachet back to the middle, and then we're keeping it going towards the baseline. Yeah, and Vini, after gifting Benzema his easiest goal of the season, returns the favor, gets his own.
Yes. So good to see it, and the most dancing I've ever seen on a goal. Very strange, like a bird of paradise looking for a mate.
The balance to do that and shift the weight like that, and then the control on the ball for those like 2-3 touches to get past the keeper at the end. It's just so spot on, like scientific precision. Very impressive. Unfortunately, very impressive.
5-0 Real Madrid, and then 83rd. I think the goal Payton was talking about. It's Ben's to Vini again. It's a poor touch by Levante, and Benz has it, and that's not what you want. Through ball to Vini. Has a lot to do. Takes on two men like there's nobody there. Beats them easily, threads it through them before sliding it near post. Looks like he's been doing this since he was about 5 years old, which of course he has. Vini Jr. celebrates his first career hat trick like a man who has 60 career hat tricks. Gives us the little wind him up and the C
turning, twisting in the air.
Gives us the Cristiano Ronaldo celebration. Of course, the most goal-scoringest player in Real Madrid history. Nice little tribute from Vini. And I'm so excited for the young man because he hasn't been scoring too much lately. Started the season really hot, but for him to have 20 goals this year in all competitions, it's just such an incredible validation of all the hard work I know he's put in the last few years and all of the criticism he's gotten, even as a teenager, at the most criticism-heavy club in the world. So congratulations to Vini. He, of course, gets my man of the match, and he's got character as well as skill. He went over to console the captain for Levante, Luis Morales, who had an on-pitch interview and who was visibly sobbing as his team were relegated. So, hey, he's good through and through, young Vini, the Brazilian.
Yeah, I can't say Levante were robbed of a chance to stay in the La Liga. Not a good performance from them. They were defeated as the opening whistle blew, unfortunately. But a hell of a win. A hell of a meaningless beatdown from the bullies in white from Madrid.
4.3 expected goals for Real Madrid, which is our highest on the year. So,
and that seems low. It seems low.
Had a couple that weren't converted too. So, yeah.
Well,
I also mentioned Modric got a hat trick of assists in this game too, which I don't know if he's ever done. I didn't look through all of his game logs, But 5 key passes. I don't remember him having a hat trick of assists. Maybe he's done it once or twice.
Why doesn't he play for 5 more years at Real Madrid and just don't make him play defense? Just have him hang out in midfield until he can transition.
Hey, Valverde and Camavinga should be able to cover for him. They got the legs.
Yeah. Fair.
So that's my midfield of the future. Cruz and Casemiro, let's, give him a nice send-off. I think they've been passed. I'll just say that. For as good as both of them are, I think let's make the transition this summer, guys. If they're fine with staying on as elder statesmen and playing a game here and there, but I mean, Camavinga's made the difference in every game he's been in, basically, especially in Champions League. He's really surpassed Casemiro, I think. He just does a lot more. Casemiro's very good at what he does, right? But Camavinga just offers so many other skills: the dribbling, passing.
And being 19.
Yes, there's that. Yes, yes, and as Payton mentioned, Peter Gonzalez, the Dominican forward, the 19-year-old, got some minutes, and I like him. He's got a dribble on him. He's got an engine. I think he could be one for.
I love him. He's got the sideshow Bob hair.
Oh yeah. I love that. Peter, let's go, Peter.
Come on, Peter.
Come on. Peter. And Real Madrid take on Cadiz on Sunday, the ancient city. We head to Nuevo Mirandilla. We played them in December to a thrilling 0-0 draw, in which we had 2.6 expected goals. So that's a not taking our chances sort of thing. Cadiz are just 2 points ahead of Mallorca, so they'd like to get some points here. They are in real danger of relegation. They say 36% chance, 538. So Cadiz, this is a big game for them at home. So it's going to be a tough one. They feature ancient striker, of course, which is good for a city that's been there for about 4,000 years. Alvaro Negredo, who's almost as old as the city, 36.
Yeah.
He has a searing 7 La Liga goals. Oh boy, look out.
He's dangerous. He is dangerous.
He is. Opportunistic for sure. Tough one for Real Madrid away from home when it's meaningless. Do you rotate Vini even though he's red hot? I say yes, because it's only 3 days. We just played him yesterday. So
yeah,
I'd say we see some rotations. Let's get Rodrigo, Jovic, Asensio out there. Cruz, Casemiro, Camavinga. Cruz and Casemiro didn't start the last game. So I think they're healthy.
I also wanted to mention Mariano Diaz's attempt on goal in that last one. He's not in your starting lineup prediction for the next game, but he, against another keeper who was not so up for this goal, that should have been in. It looked like a perfect shot, top left bins. Maybe we'll see him some more in this game as well.
Man, poor Mariano just can't buy a goal.
He looked so upset when that one didn't go in. He's like, I cannot hit it better than that.
I can't believe it. He's like, I actually did good this time.
Yeah.
And, yeah, I feel a little bad for him. I love Mariano's energy, if nothing else. We criticize him a lot, rightly so. But he's got a good motor, the young man. Let's see, Marcelo, Nacho, Vallejo, Carvajal, and Tebow. I don't know, at the back. These all had question marks next to them. Who knows? I have no idea. Carlos rotating. I think Real Madrid get the win. 2-0. I mean, 2-1. 2-1. Tough away win. Yeah. And Rodrigo and Jovic score. Who the fuck knows?
Yeah, who knows? Time will tell. That might be exactly right.
Something, yeah.
2-0 final score prediction here
2-1.
from Mark Valinsky. You hear 2-1. That's right. We've adjusted. 2-1
Throw
win.
Cadiz a goal at home.
Throw him a freaking bone, Scott. So here we are. We'll see what happens in the second to last, the penultimate games of the La Liga season. We'll have those covered. And, of course, the previews for the final match day of the La Liga 2021-22 season.
Is that it?
Right. Yeah, this will be the last of it. And then we get into the most entertaining, chaotic time on El Clasico Podcastico, which is our era of wild speculation.
Well, we got the Champions League final.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot. Well, we're not in that.
Yeah, Barcelona doesn't have it, but we'll, of course.
Of course, that will be involved. Yeah.
That's the big game. Yeah, so we'll have a video for that one. Obviously, we'll have all the lead up, the review. We might not have a review if we lose.
No. Oh, yeah, we'll have a review. All right. Yeah, we'll probably have a reaction video for that one as well.
Yeah. So that'll be a fun one. So look out for that. And of course, until next time, Hala Madrid.
And as always, Visca El Barça. Thank you so much for listening. For those of you who are enjoying this podcast or who are mildly entertained by it, be sure to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, of course, El Clasico Podcastico. Follow us on Twitter at ePodcastico. Subscribe to our podcast on all the podcasting platforms, whether it be Spotify, iTunes, and then all of the other ones. Stitcher, Quibi, Crackle,
iHeartRadio.
Are we on Pandora? I don't know.
I think we're on all of them.
We're on all of them. So whatever you're using, look us up. We're here for you. Thank you all. We love you. We love you so much for listening. Please send your emails to us at El Clasico Podcastico @gmail.com. All of your predictions, if they're correct, we will give you a shout out on the podcast. Said you nailed it. Give you a little applause break, maybe even. We'll see what happens. So recipes, comments, suggestions, questions for us. Let us know.